Last night I posted about being complicit. And I got this comment here that asks me if I've ever considered that I would have to answer to Jehovah for trying to pull people away from the organization. And I just have to say that last night before I made this post, I thought about it quite a bit before I posted. But ultimately, I posted it because it's true. And I do have to think about my position as I am still considered, even though disfellowshipped, one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I am still in that category because I haven't resigned from the organization. So as far as their records are concerned, I am one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And I've thought about this so much because just recently, actually, because I don't think that I realized before that I am still one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And I know all of these things about CSA, about the shunning and how it tears families apart. I am a victim of that. And I have to sit back and wonder if that's something that I want to be affiliated with. If I know it and I stay in the organization, that makes me complicit. So when I put the video out, I kind of wanted to give, I wanted for people to stop and think about the part we play without resigning in it. If we aren't standing up and saying, this 2-witness rule needs to be changed, and we just stay quiet and stay in the organization, we might as well have done that deed ourselves. It is serious, and I have been thinking about it a lot. And to be very honest with you, I don't believe that God's Spirit is on this organization. And they always say that there is that they're imperfect, they're infallible, or that they're human and that they make mistakes and that they're imperfect. And I think that's just a big fat excuse to say our people, our rank and file, if we say these things over and over again, when they do find out what's been really going on, they'll think they're imperfect, but they're the best imperfect organization on earth. And that is not true. That is just not true. So, yes, the answer to your question is yes. I have considered how I will answer to God for this. But I really believe that I went through this experience as being one of Jehovah's Witnesses and gone through disfellowshipping and have gone through shunning and my eyes have been open to all of these things so that I could share in a loving way, share with you what's really going on so that you have an opportunity to make a conscious decision about whether or not you stay in this organization. If you choose to turn a blind eye to what you now know, and if you're here, that means you've been watching XJW content. And that's one of the main topics. The CSA is one of the main topics that we discuss, because I think we are all disgusted by what we didn't know when we were a part of it. So we share it. So if we're all sharing it and you're watching it, you know doesn't it make sense if you're critically thinking, doesn't it make sense that if you turned a blind eye that makes you complicit? Don't you think you should be thinking about your position in the complicity of these things? And although you may not be legally complicit, the people that you look to, your elders and your higher ups that follow these rules, the 2-witness rule, and, discouraging families from going to the authorities with these cases, they are legally complicit. And there is a problem with that. In California, leaders in an organization, religious organization, are considered mandated reporters. And if they fail to report those things, they're legally complicit. And don't you think that, I guess, how do I want to say this? Have you thought about how you will answer to the Almighty God when you knew about what was happening and you didn't stand up for these children and you kept on following without saying a word because you have family members and friends who are in and you don't want to lose them? Are you prepared to answer for that? I guess it goes both ways.